Bleached out, these thoughts in my head. Drown out, you're not like the rest. Feeling like I'm
Guys, hopefully you are all doing well. Prime Collections here. Well, as you just saw there, we have the next line of NFTs that is announced, and that is that Back to the Future Series 1. Today, I'm going to give you all the information concerning that. But before we get into that, there is something extremely prudent that I wanted to discuss with you guys, and that is the brand new marketplace that they just introduced on Dropp's actual website. So let me first off start by saying that I am not getting paid for this or any kind of that kind of stuff. This is just something that me personally, I really approve of because I've never been actually able to get involved in the secondary process of getting more NFTs through Atomic Hub via Wax because the process has always been extremely complicated. What Droppp did recently is they dropped the beta of their marketplace, which I'm going to show you guys a little bit about today. What it requires you to do is it does require you to submit some forms of identification to prove who you are. At which point in your time, your account can then access digital currency, which is what is used to buy and sell NFTs on their marketplace. With that being said, you can purchase it over at Coinbase, but that process does take a little bit of time. Me personally, what I ended up doing was after I got approved, I actually listed some of my NFTs that I had because a lot of them carried quite a bit of value and I wasn't going for the royalty sets on them. And if you go actually over to their marketplace, it's very cool because not only does it list items that are extremely popular at the time that people are purchasing, it also lists stuff that is new, and it also has it by each drop so you can figure out what you need to buy and what you want to sell. With that being said, because of this new marketplace, I was actually able to complete the royalty set, my first royalty set for that It Funko Series 1. And with that being said, we will actually be able to get our first Freddy Funko, and that's going to be that melting Pennywise. So it's very cool to see. And I was also able to acquire the last redeemable we needed, which was that Patrick Hockstetter. So we pretty much got everything we wanted from this drop, sans the Grail, but I'm not going to pay the $300 price tag for it. With that being said, you can list stuff. If you go over to your inventory, you can actually go to your listings and you have stuff that is listed here that is really easy to do. With that being said, to kind of give you an idea of how simple this is, you can legit go over to your inventory here, go to only show duplicates, and at that point in time, you then can go based upon your rarity. So let's say that I wanted to list one of my legendaries that is actually still redeemable. I could go to, let's say, I guess not duplicates, but just legendaries. So let's say I wanted to list my Dr. Ian Malcolm. I can actually click on this and I can list this on the market. I can see how many listings are there. And then I can choose the price at which they suggest. And there's even actual like a suggested price, which you can autofill, and it'll actually tell you like how much you'll receive. So if I listed this, I would receive minus, like I want to say like 8% would be my listing price. And the nice thing is because I have a drop monster as my actual like avatar, I actually get a less, cost to list stuff because of the fact of that I have that avatar. So if you haven't invested or checked out the marketplace yet, I would highly suggest, just for the simple fact of there's a lot of cool stuff here. You can get redeemables at a pretty good price, and you can list stuff and get rid of stuff that you're not using and add more currency to your overall wallet without actually having to go buy currency on the secondary market, which I appreciate because now I'll be able to complete more royalty sets that I'm invested in. But to the root of today's video, we actually had the next lot of NFTs that was announced, which was that Back to the Future set. This is the first series of these. And I think that they were smart about how they went about this in terms of what they chose for redemptions. Let's first get into the important stuff. When does this occur? Well, this actually occurs a week from tomorrow, which is October 17th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern. There's going to be a total of 22,500 standard packs and 22,500 premium packs for a total of 45,000 packs. The standard packs will cost $10 and have 5 NFTs, and the premium packs will have 15 NFTs and cost $30. With that being said, there's always redemptions for these drops, And with this one, each one of these was pretty well chosen considering what they could have done. And I think that they were all good choices. So let's get right into it. What is a grail piece for this redemption series? Well, it is Marty undercover. This is from the first Back to the Future movie. It is him where he's got his leather jacket, he's got his hat, his glasses, he's holding his walkie-talkie, and he's got his binoculars. There are only 999 of these, as there is with every grail, and you have about a 0.22% chance to actually pull this. Next up, let's break down each of our legendaries here. Let's not stick too long on each one, but let's show off each one here particularly. And with each of the legendaries, there's 1900 available of each, and you have about a 1.69% chance to pull these if you open packs. So we have Doc 1885. This is from Back to the Future Part 3, where they go into the past, and this is Doc here, or Dr. Emmett Brown. He's holding his rifle. I believe that when he is confronting Mad Dog Tannen in the third movie, I believe this is where that's from, which is very cool because I think the rifle is really well done. I think that this was a very good choice to include one of the main characters and actually the entire main cast in some form from each of the movies. The next legendary is George McFly. I believe this is from the first Back to the Future movie. This is his dad when he's older, you know, before all the changes take place throughout the trilogy. They did a really great job because you know who this is immediately. I can tell who this is out of box. I think that they did a great job with this in terms of, you know, choosing this specific George. Then we've got probably the best legendary piece out of this entire set, and I think a lot of people would agree with me, and that is Griff 2015. That is the grandson of Biff Tannen. When he's, you know, from 2015 here, he's got his metal helmet, he's got his bat. They did a great job completely redoing this from, you know, the actual representation from the movie, and I think they did an awesome job with this. I will definitely be trying to get this one if I don't get it from the packs on the secondary market. I won't go too crazy with this set, but this one is definitely one I would love to acquire. And I believe that this one is from Back to the Future Part 2, if I'm correct. And then, of course, I think this was another standout piece. You have Lorraine Baines in a prom dress. This is from the first movie when Marty initially goes back to the future, and this is his mother when she's younger in her prom dress from the Under the Sea dance. I think that they did a great job with this as well. I think if you get George, you're going to want Lorraine and vice versa, and so I think you'll have ample opportunity to do so. I think a lot of these will probably retail in the secondary market for about 60 to 80 bucks, but that's just my guess on it, but I don't know until these actually drop how they're going to do. And finally, the royalty of this set, and I think definitely the other standout for me, and that is Freddie Funko as Doc Brown with helmet. It shows him from the initial beginning of the first movie, or I think when Marty goes back to the past. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and watch that movie again. It's been a while. But he's got the full helmet. He's got actually the piece of paper, which is his plans with the actual Funko symbol on it, which that's just a nice little added touch that they didn't need to do. I think that they've done a great job with this here, and I think it will definitely be what a lot of people are going after when it comes to this drop. For me personally, I think this is very cool. I think that this is one of the better drops they've done recently. I don't see this lasting longer than maybe 20 minutes. I think this will have extreme value. I think a lot of people will want to participate in this because each of the pops they've chosen has been each chosen wisely, and they've all been done very well in terms of detail. So good luck to you if you're going to go for these. Let me know down in the comments below which ones you were hoping to pull. And don't forget, these are going to be dropping a week from tomorrow, so good luck to you. But that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for sticking around through the entirety of the video. I truly appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind, please liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It helps me out tremendously. And as always, I'll see you guys later.
I could have left again.